Legend of Total War here, and today I've got a Saving Your Disaster campaigns, playing as Khemri in Total War Warhammer 2. This is Mortal Empires. Somebody's had a bit of a rough start. It's turned 22, and Settra has been wounded, and his army's been obliterated. That is not good. But as long as the garrison here is okay, there's no way that this army alone is going to be able to deal with it. So, let's have a look here. So he's got a Necrotect here, what's it got? Master of Ceremony. Can't really afford to be too picky at the moment. Alright, so he has managed to do one of these techs, so he can actually get two armies. Makes me wonder what happened. He must have only just... No, he's... I don't know why he didn't get his other army going. Because, based on here, right? He got this 5 turns ago, but didn't recruit the other army. Why? I mean, it's free. Anyway, let's have a look what we can do here. So, Settra's out for 4 turns. What we can do in the meantime is recruit him some forces. So, we'll tag this guy. Well, yeah, we'll tag him out eventually. Alright, so... Zandri is going to be lost. We can't do anything about that. We're not going to be able to get a peace treaty. Don't even bother with it. Okay, and this dude here must have just been hired. So he went for improved Lich Priests. Let's see what we can get.
I am but a struggling artist.
I'm just thinking, for dealing with this, it would probably be best if we had Spirit Leech as opposed to... I forget what the initial spell is for that. But we would eventually like to disband him. I found that Light Wizard is better than Death Wizard for this particular campaign. And also you want to go for Knowledgeable. But right now we just need to get as many troops as possible. So, against Savage Orcs, they're not really going to... okay, they're starting to bring large units.
Priest King of greatest dynasty.
Alright, we'll go get... hang on, we'll get these chariots here. Those will help a little bit. They'll be better than regular skelly crap. And utilize the global recruitment. We're not going anywhere for a while. They'll either besiege it or they won't besiege it. Either way, should be fine, I hope. Can't save Zandri, don't worry about that. Now, if they do besiege the settlement, we'll have to sally out and fight them. We should be able to win even if we do have a smaller force. But if they bring in another army, that's a problem. We're just going to hurry up and get 2 full stacks of crap, because that's all we can really get. Now, looking at this, I'm not a big fan of the chariots. I feel like you can do better than that. If we can get some money together, building this up would be very good. Yeah. So this is on legendary difficulty, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright, don't worry about the mortuary cult or anything. Alright, so Necrotech can actually move. Put him in there. Alright. So yeah, now, the Khemri campaign is not difficult, but it is possible very early on to get your army wrecked, especially by the Savage Orcs. You just need to be careful, because you don't play the Tomb Kings the same way as many other factions. They're very slow moving, especially at the start of the campaign. You don't need to go and expand at all. In fact, because the initial armies that you have is, mostly going to be comprised of skeleton garbage, you're not really going to be able to take on the enemy toe-to-toe very easily at all, especially Savage Orcs, which are really strong early game units. So Settra's up against a tough position at the start, but if you stay in Khemri, they're too chicken shit to do anything about it. You wait the 14 turns, you get 2 armies, and then you just pound them down with numbers. If you can't get quality, you get numbers. You just need to be patient for that. So I think that's what happened here. Wasn't patient, went out probably to Gorgazan, don't know really, and got wrecked. Alright, that's fine. We'll sally out there, and it sucks because the local recruitment won't get done, but I think... yeah, so this is going to be lost. There's nothing we can do here. Now, we could have put them outside of the city, but I wouldn't have been able to use global recruitment. So, I don't know. I didn't think that they would have besieged it, because they don't stand a chance. In my opinion. I mean, we've got Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard should be able to take out Savage Orcs. Plus, we've got artillery, that'll be useful. Gorgazan's blown up. Doesn't matter. How many enemies do you have? Yeah, it's not too bad.
Address me as your highness.
Oh, these are biggins. Right. How are they getting biggins at turn 22? What's going on here? That's pretty damn early to get them. So it says it's evenly matched. It would have been good to get the wizard in here, but there's no way to attach him.
End them all.
Yeah, alright, well... If it was regular... what's it called? Savage Orcs, that wouldn't be a problem, but biggins... They're going to be a lot tougher, so even though we outnumber them... We need to make a way... Because they'll be in loose-ish formation, so the artillery's not going to be too good. Oh, no. Our guy's not going to show up at the start. And of course they're going to rush at us. By the time these guys get here, they'll be about here. And it's going to have... We're going to miss out on a lot of artillery shooting. I do not think it's a good idea to sit there and wait for them to besiege it, because if they bring in another army, it could overwhelm us. Plus, that's time that we're not recruiting. We need to get our shit army together as quickly as possible. So the Tomb Scorpions, they'll be quite good. We need to try to kill the enemy general. If this dude here dies, it literally doesn't matter at all. So be willing to sacrifice everything to win here. Okay. So the Tomb Guard should do reasonably well. Keep this in reserve. Keep them here.
Realm of swords. Forward.
Alright, so what I want to do, since the Necrotect is shit,
We march.
I want him to stand out here and tank like a whole bunch of them so that the Screaming Skull catapults can do as much damage as possible. Also, the archers, they're going to be really effective in this battle. Need to get shooting. Because of their lack of armor and missile resistance.
Necrotect.
Now, this guy here doesn't need to live, but if he dies, we're going to take leadership penalties. Probably not a good idea.
Master Sculptor. Legions, forward.
Okay. Let him tank these trolls and have the archers fuck him up. If we do this, we'll be fine. Like I said, even if he dies, I'd just disband the dude anyway, because he's not a Sphinx carver. Which is what you should try to get. Because in my opinion, that's the best trait. And it's not going to be that useful right now, but come the late campaign, which is where you're really going to want that extra quality. Because the early game's not that difficult for the Tomb Kings, not really. It's just worth putting in that bit of extra effort. Since it doesn't cost anything either.
Onward, legions. Eternally loyal.
Does Shabti work best? Working together with other guys. I said I don't want him to die. Get him out. Where's my two scorpions? Get them over there. Try to take out the general. And this is good though, because while they're in a blob, that did a lot of damage to them. Just be careful that we don't hit our own men too much. Biggest problem with these guys, not accurate. Right, really want them to focus down on them. Let's hang back a bit. Where'd the enemy general go? Surely he's not dead. Oh, there he is. Okay. It looks like we're winning. Not by a huge margin, but it doesn't matter. As long as we win, that's all that matters.
Next in line. Onwards, legions.
So we're not going to be able to pursue these guys. Because the garrison can't come with us. Shit. Problem here is they're running low on ammo. Alright, we won. Not a great victory, but it's all we needed to keep our faction alive. That's all we're going to be thinking about right now. Don't have any cavalry, so we can't run them down. And they're unlikely to besiege us again next turn. Doesn't mean that they won't. Because every turn that they besiege us, every time they do that, that's a turn that we don't get any replenishment, we don't get any of the recruitment done. We can add units to the list, so we can still get all the troops eventually, as long as they let us actually recruit. As in, don't besiege us for a turn. It's probably actually good that we didn't wound the dude. That way, if he does come back next turn, we can hit him again, and just kill him quite easily. Now, they definitely took more losses than us. So we had roughly the same number of starting troops. We took more casualties. We lost 3 units. No, 4. And they only lost 2, but they'll probably want to merge those troops. I think it would be better for us to take the treasury.
Bathe me in power.
Oh, they cancelled all the recruitments. Oh, fuck. Well, it is what it is. So we didn't get anything done. Okay, what we need to be doing here is ensuring a knowledgeable light wizard shows up. Could attach a second wizard over here, but I'm not going to do that. This guy here is just a placeholder for now. No. Yeah, I guess I should get that. They're most likely going to be using infantry. Most of their troops.
My harem.
Now we can recruit another general. If they attack him outside the settlement, that might actually be better.
Address me as your highness.
Actually, you know what? If they besiege the settlement, even if this guy here is recruiting, if they besiege a settlement, he's still going to be disabled from getting any troops. So he's just here for that tiny bit of extra oomph. Now we can build that, and that'll improve our garrison. We just need to make sure it actually gets done. Moving on. So yeah, hopefully they bugger off. Lick their wounds. I think I remember seeing Settra at level 5. I wonder how he's been leveled up. But obviously it's not a good start now. Generally speaking, if you're like 22 turns in, and you've screwed up this badly, you should probably just start the campaign again. Or, you know, if you feel like you can keep going, you know, keep going. But if you're at the point where you feel like you're going to lose, you probably shouldn't send it in to me this early in the campaign, because, like, if it takes me more turns to fix it than it does that you've actually played, then I don't know. I don't feel like that's good. I didn't mind this one because I like playing as the Tomb Kings and I haven't played as them in a while, so I made an exception here. But if it was another faction, I would have just said nah. Nah, just start again. Don't waste everyone's time with this. Alright, cool.
Land of the dead.
Cool. And they're taking attrition, they didn't move at all. That's good.
My will be done.
I forgot to recruit Necrotect. Oh, look, Sphinx cover right there. So this time, this one here, we don't want him to die. Okay, keep him alive. You've got a knowledgeable death wizard. Alright, we'll recruit him and get rid of the other one.
Address me as your highness.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Wait, we don't have a Tomb Prince, do we?
Petra watches. Priest
Tomb Princes are amazing. Amazingly good fighters. If you can get them on a chariot and also have Chariot Master. They're excellent. So we should probably try and work towards getting a Tomb Prince. Because part of the real strength of the Tomb Kings is not so much in their troops, but in their characters. And they don't get that many of them in terms of their agents, because they're limited based on technologies and books of Nagash. You can't just build something and recruit more of them like you can with nearly every other race. So like, the High Elves, they can have 100 of every agent, but the Tomb Kings can't. They can have 10, give or take, depending on which faction leader you choose. Because I think Ketep gives you access to 3 extra Lich Priests. Good, they're getting the hell out of here. So he might go and meet up with those beastmen and get killed, or he might reoccupy Gorgazan. Whatever, let's not worry about it right now. So another thing with losing your initial army is that he had a Khemri and War Sphinx in there, and that's a tier 5 unit. So yeah, we don't want to fight these guys. So you're not going to be able to get another one unless you get a Lord up to like rank 14? Actually, I can't remember. Let me just check.
Land of the dead.
Yeah, 14. Or until you get to tier 5, which is going to take a little while.
Find my harem.
Alright. So, I mean, this provides growth. We're gonna need to build a barracks here. I don't really think. I don't personally like going for this chain here. I used to before, yeah, when I first started playing it. But I usually prefer instead to go after the Great Incantation of Tahoth for the Casket of Souls. But you have to be careful with that because you're paying 5,000 for one unit with no upkeep. Whereas if you go down this way, you're paying more for one, but if it gets destroyed, you can replace it. Whereas the other one you can't.
Address me as your highness.
Good, so we got quite a few extra units there thanks to the global recruitment, and just keep that going. There's no one we're going to be able to beat with this, except for the other army.
This is my commission. Priest king of greatest dynasty.
Alright, that's fine.
Find my harem. Unliving curse.
So, Settra will come back next turn. Yeah, he's level 5. Alright, moving on. Yeah, so Tomb Kings, they have some of the weakest troops in the game, but you don't pay for them, so you have to use numbers. So I don't know why I didn't recruit a second army to back up Settra, because even though it's only skeleton garbage, you know, just throwing numbers at the enemy, it can make a big difference. You wear them down. That's how the early game Tomb Kings play. Late game, you're using magic and constructs, and they do a lot of damage. And you'll have Tomb Guard by then as well, which are, you know, they're okay. They're tier 3 units. They're alright. They're not fantastic. But they're free. They only take 1 turn to recruit, so you can't complain. And they're a lot better than basic skeletons. Probably not quite as good as Graveguard, though.
Take me to my sarcophagus.
Alright, Settra the Imperishable, who was smashed up. He's coming back. So this guy here is disciplined. I'm going to put Settra in this army. Let's have a look. I wouldn't put any points into his magic because this tree of magic is shit. I just get a wizard attached to him. I'm just not a fan of Nehekharen magic. I'd probably put it as one of the worst laws of magic. This spell here is okay, but I just never found it particularly effective. I think light magic's a lot better. This one's good because you want to get yourself over to Resurrect as quickly as possible. I think you can get there at like level 11 if you really push it.
Land of the dead. Settra does not serve. My will be done.
Does Settra get some bonuses with chariots? No, he gets extra replenishment. That doesn't matter. He doesn't have any items. Let's check this. Yeah, steal it off this dude, who cares?
This is not Settra's fight.
Okay, so we could grab this, which would give us access to Tomb Prince. Or we could build this, which will increase our income. I personally think it would be better to grab this. The sooner we can get a Tomb Prince with Chariot Master, level him up to level 10, get him on a chariot, the sooner you'll realize just how strong that they can be. I've seen them take out Chosen with ease. You get them some good equipment and they're they're not unstoppable, but they're very good Tomb King units. Is this Clan Wars over here? Or is that Numas? It's Numas, okay. Now, once we've got two armies together, we need to make a decision on where we're going to attack. Because with two armies, we should be able to beat some forces. Now, we did see that there was two armies over here, but these guys were using trash troops. So, we should maybe be able to beat them. Maybe. Gotta be careful, though. Because the Bretonnian peasants can beat our guys in melee. So, somebody's fighting the top knots, and because I can see Galbaraz came under siege, they might actually be willing to peace out, and that would be better because we don't really want to come out this way. That province is not great for us. We want to be taking Zandri and then moving over to this province here, making our way down the coast of Araby here to take out Arkan the Black before he gets too strong.
Immortality and power.
Trash army, but that's all you can get. Alright, let's see here.
Jog off. The chopper is in my hand.
It's most likely the Ripperhorn tribe that's besieging them. They're probably not going to succeed, but it's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Submit. What?
Another thing is that what we could do is cause a revolt to happen so that you can get extra experience for your generals. Not ideal though.
You dare. I reign. Ambush the foolish.
He's not going to come down at us.
Yes.
Just wait. Now, I really don't like Carrion. I think having a basic skeleton is better than Carrion. But if you're going up against Bretonnia, maybe it's okay. Alright, I'll get one, why not? It doesn't cost anything. If you're going up against Bretonnia, maybe we should actually have some spears.
Immortality and power.
Yeah, I mean, this Tomb King economy is not strong in the early game. It gets super rich late campaign because everything you do makes money. Keep that coming. A third army would be useful. If for no other reason than just to have the general sit there and just passively gain experience, even if he's not doing anything, or maintaining public order. One of the massive strengths of the Tomb Kings is their completely free armies. Otherwise, they would have been on the top 5 poorest list if they had paid upkeep. Because there's no way they could afford it under those circumstances. They just can't afford it. So I don't think there was any serious need to panic in this particular campaign. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but I haven't been receiving too many disaster campaigns lately, so can't be too picky. Still rejecting, some of them. Just if it's not a real disaster, I'm not going to do it. It's a waste of time. The criteria for it's pretty clear, It's got to be on the verge of defeat. I'm not here to help you win your campaign. That's up to you to do. Just here to bail you out of the defeat. So we got a mission to raid Zandri. Should give us a little bit of cash. Alright, let's do that.
Tomb King.
Yep, just keep that going. We just gotta get our army together. Gotta sit tight, because by using the global recruitment we can get it done faster. What are these Necroc Brotherhood fuckers doing here? They might have run out of territory. I'll check their diplomatic standing, because if they've run out of territory, it might be in our best interest just to finish them off. Because extra experience, good for Settra, and it'll give us some loot. Because at the beginning of the campaign, for the Tomb Kings, especially for ones other than Settra, because Settra at least has gold, access to gold, you make the majority of your money by beating enemy armies. By loot. Okay, so they're bringing in another full stack. Well, the other one wasn't a full stack. So let's have a look at these guys here. So they've still got a settlement. I don't know what they're doing here. It doesn't make any sense. So we got that mission, right? It says here, raise... Oh, it says raise or sack. Oh, I can't read. Not raid. We made a little bit of cash, whatever. No big deal. Now, if we went and fought them, it'd be in the underway. There's biggins, and we've got a lot of shit units and no archers. So that's another thing that we need to get. We need to get a barracks. But that's a little bit on the expensive side. We can get that next turn. It's tempting to demolish this. There's nothing else you really need anyway, except for that. That's useful. 9 turns until this gets 3. Well, it'll take a while before it gets the 4th, and then you still gotta get the money. Upgrading this, probably not a good idea right now. We should get the barracks.
Unliving curse.
If they start bringing in other armies, that could be a problem. I'm just trying to think. 'Cause it's got 19 units, we've got 11 plus 20. So we got 31 units. Could we potentially beat a superior army? Probably not. Keep forgetting about this Tomb Princes. Yeah, we want Chariot Master. That's the way to maximize their potential. There we go, knowledgeable, very nice. It's like to have a bit of variety with the wizards. You know, get a Death Wizard and a Light Wizard. But I wouldn't go for Nehekarans, not unless you absolutely desperately need one right away.
My dynasty.
Okay. We should have raid. Because we'll make a little bit of extra cash. And here's the thoughts. If he comes over here and besieges it, you can come over here and assist. And we'll... Yeah, I'll do that. It's not perfect, but we have to make do with what we've got for the time being. They bring in another army, it's definitely a cause for concern. I'm actually really surprised they're able to get biggins this early on. So part of me hopes that the beastmen over there managed to actually blow up Galbaraz. Like, we don't need that settlement. We should be heading over to the Bretonian ones, because they grow that stuff a lot quicker than the greenskins do. Then we need to try and get ourselves 5 grand so I can get a casket of souls, which will make sieges a lot easier. But I honestly, I don't know how much time I really want to spend on this. I mean, it was only 22 turns in. I don't want to spend 30 turns on it. I already spent quite a few turns just getting this built up. Mainly just need to clear out enough of the greenskins, make sure our armies are in reasonable shape, and then I can send it back, because it's the beginning of the campaign. What does it want me to do? Conquer the whole of this fucking area? You know? Oh, I can't beat the start of a campaign. Better send a legend. I don't think that's what he wants. He wanted me to bail him out of this, which we're not bailed out yet. Alright, we need to put a stop to that. Now, I'm pretty sure he's in range of the garrison. I think he's trying to lure us out. Yeah, the garrison's able to show up. Now we want Settra to be gaining the most amount of experience, so you come over here. You need to attach.
I deign to move. Petra watches.
So I reckon he's gonna run away. Okay, well I was wrong. I suppose he is in a raid stance, so he gets extra bonuses. A lot of trolls there. And part of the problem here is that these archers might not actually show up at the start. Because we've got more than 2 full stacks, and we can't tell which units to come in first. Maybe 1 or 2 of them will show up, but I don't think the whole lot. But then again, well, the chariots might not show up either. And they're definitely not going to show up. Too bad you can't change the order of it. Well, as our units crumble and disintegrate, we'll get reinforcements come in. And alright, let's do this.
Glory for Khemri.
So yeah, it's going to be difficult for us to make use of our full numbers in this battle. Let's just hope all of our reinforcements also come from the same spot. That's important. So like, if any of our reinforcements come from over here, or God forbid down here, that'll be bad. Okay, they come from fairly close by, that's good. Alright. The trolls are going to be the most likely ones to show up first, so put them up on the front line. These guys aren't going to be able to do much. Which, you know, what do you expect? That's fine. So the Light Wizard... Shim's Burning Gauge. Shim's Burning Gaze. Yeah, okay. It's better than nothing. If we could do some damage to them, great. Okay, cool. We got some archers in. So I need to get these guys over here and get organized. Alright, looks like they're going to wait for us, which is kind of bad because we're not going to be able to get the artillery in here because they're right at the back. But at least this gives us time to organize. Because it's a bloody mess. Alright, so that's our full stack. Also, the garrison's a bit better from Khemri now. There's more Tomb Guard. Alright, almost organized. Okay. So they're hiding down here. Alright, let's get set up about here. This would be a good spot for the archers as well. Now, any reinforcements that we get are going to take a while to get here, but, you know, it is what it is. We just have to deal with it. So keep these guys in our reserves. I'm definitely going to want to pull them out of these trees. Don't want to be fighting in there because that's going to make our best units, the archers, they're not going to fight well there. Alright, they do have some savage orc arrow boys, but I reckon these guys here will actually lose in melee against them. Okay, they're not actually trying to hide. Okay, let's try not to get flanked. We use this as a bit of cover. Don't fire just yet. Just hold on. Alright, so far so good. I mean, they've done damage to us and we haven't really done anything to them. That's okay, we're just getting organized. They're giving us time to get organized.
Settra the imperishable.
Shoot the trolls. Because yeah, even our skeleton spears aren't going to be able to beat them. Like I said, these are our most important units because they're the only ones that are able to do any damage. These guys are just tar pits. Keep these in reserve. Just try and keep them bogged down. Just let. Who cares how many of these guys here die? We got them coming over here. This is why it's good to keep a few in reserve, just in case they try to flank us. Oh shit. What are you doing there? You shouldn't be there.
Great king.
Oh, that's not good. Come on, we need someone to get in there and help him out.
I have no rival. Charge! My way.
I would be able to get him out of there. So far, so good. Yeah, try and use that magic to spirit leech him. This guy here is just actually along for the ride, I suppose. I don't even care about them. Actually, we should pull them out, otherwise we have to re-recruit them, and that just takes time. Just the shits. If only I had a vortex spell to hit them with here. Oh. No reinforcements in here yet. Okay, let's start wheeling these guys around. They're not going to be particularly good against Savage Orc Biggins because these are... they're anti-large. But at the same time, these are anti-infantry. Alright, now we got some reinforcements come in. We got these guys, but they've missed their opportunity to shoot. That's the problem there now. More of these, more tar pits. Bring them in. I don't care. You're not supposed to give a shit about your skeletons.
Speed up! Awakening come! Boom, Prince!
I'll send them into melee. Actually, no. Looks like most of our reinforcements have actually come in now. No point sacrificing units. Where'd their general go? Surely he's not... oh, there he is. Okay, then... oh shit, that Necrotech's in quite a lot of trouble. Let's send in some Tomb Guard to go and help. How the hell did he get into the middle of them there? Shit, I'm probably getting... oh, hang on. Luckily, the army loss penalty was just inflicted. Cool, Chariots, get over here. That was lucky. We probably will be able to run them down. I don't think they can get here in time. Yeah, kill him in the next battle. So yeah, we'll pursue them and finish the job. Got to keep in mind though that no archers are going to come with us, except for the skeleton archers. So we need to make sure that we've thinned them out as much as possible. Of course, we want to wipe out this army. Considering their capital's under siege, I can't imagine them being able to recruit new units. I probably thought they'd take one last ditch effort to take Khemri, which has now failed, before they lose Galbaraz. So the chariots are really just here to run down enemy units. Okay, cool, we're done. Another pretty shit victory, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Shit troops. The trolls actually didn't take that much damage. And they're gonna be the biggest problem. Those fucking biggins, 300 kills. But they haven't cost us anything, it just costs us time. It's so easy to just replace all of those units. And then the next battle we'll be able to bring in the chariots, no problem. And the most important thing here is that we're gaining money. So let's see how much loot we get. Actually no, it's not the loot that's the most important thing, it's the experience.
Settra is merciful. Move.
Oof, Settra zombie took a beating. I don't think the garrison took that much of a beating. At least now we can afford the barracks.
Greatest.
Okay. I think Sun-Scorched Bones is pretty good. Let me see here. Yeah, go with Sun-Scorched Bones. Try and make our way over to here, because that's really good.
Address me as your
Shit, he'd have to force march to get there.
Stop pushing it.
That might actually be pushing it.
For your king. Find
Oh, damn it. And then these guys will just run off if we don't pursue them. But if I bring him in force march, they're all going to fight like crap. And these guys here, they're still going to do a lot of damage. I can't recruit anything else right now. Just gotta decide whether or not this is worth doing.
Jog off.
Because those trolls are going to be hard to get rid of.
My will be done.
Let's level him up and have a look.
Does not impress me. He means nothing. I care not. Address me as your highness. Stop pushing it.
Alright, yeah, we still will be able to outrun them, even with these guys on force march.
We never
We'll be able to thin the herd a fair bit with the skeleton archers. We should be okay.
I deign to move.
Worst case scenario, we lose, and then we're right back to square one. I don't think we will lose.
Slaves.
But yeah, we've got to rely very heavily on the chariots in this. So the chariot archers really need to focus on the trolls, and the regular chariots need to focus on cycle charging. Should be very easy to kill the general. All we have to do is give him one, maybe two spirit leeches. Depends on how well he resists it the first time. And you know, and generals can do a decent amount of damage even if they're on force march. Oh, what? I set up on the wrong side. That's okay, let's just get over here. Luckily they're not rushing at us, so no harm done. Probably in this scenario, it would be better to blob up a little bit, so that our leadership buffs can affect more of them, because crumbling will end up doing more damage to us. Oh, well, it won't do more damage, but it will do a lot of damage if we're not careful. Alright, now we send them in. Specifically try and take out the trolls, because we don't have anything else that's going to be good against trolls. All of our spearmen are dead. These guys here, whilst the biggins will do a lot of damage to them, they'll be able to at least do some damage to the biggins. That's it. Focus on getting rid of some trolls. Now they're coming at us. So far, so good. Chariots should firstly try and take out the archers. That's obvious. Yeah, it's only going to take one Spirit Leech to kill him. He had less health than I thought. Good. I think this is going pretty well so far. Keep the wizards protected within the blob. Victory's in our grasp. Cool. Yeah, I thought we'd be fine.
Settra the imperishable. Curse them.
Get him out of that. If we could try to prevent any of our units from getting wiped out, that'd be good. Just so that it's less downtime.
Settra the imperishable.
This one here's probably going to get wrecked.
Of course. The cult agrees. Legions forward.
So yeah, they didn't do a lot of damage, but it was enough for us to get the win. That's all that matters. Just waiting on the army loss penalty now, which shouldn't be too far away. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah, that unit's wiped out, but that's okay. It's just one unit of skeleton garbage, and we're starting to see a little bit of experience pop up over here as well, so that's good. Doesn't make a huge difference, but every little bit counts. I reckon it'll be quite some time, if at all, before Top Knot sends another army of that caliber at us. And we'll be even more ready by then. Larger armies, better troops. Might even have our third general ready. Once we've got him, I can just send the safe harbor back, because as long as you keep 3 full stacks in Khemri, no one's going to be able to take it. Not at this stage.
Greatest of kings, victory.
So it's actually good they came down here. That was a decent amount of money we got out of them, which we need to pump back into Khemri. Or actually, if we can hold on just a few turns, we could grab this. I think that might be better. I could cancel that and do it now, but we do need archers. Yeah, it only takes 2 turns. To get that to get in 2 turns. No.
Is mine. Land of the dead. I rule everything. Attend me.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to use global recruitment. We're okay. Could get another one of those, but I just don't like them. I'd rather have the tar pit of these guys.
King of greatest dynasty.
So yeah, we gotta get a Tomb Prince together
Bow before your king.
as soon as possible. One that's, you know, actually good.
This one will have to do. Settra the imperishable.
Right. 2 turns, we'll have enough money for that Casket of Souls. It'll make a big difference to our battles. Because that's a major killing machine. That thing, I've seen it get easily 400 kills in a battle. And it'll make sieges a lot easier as well. Which if they hold on to Zandri for a little bit longer, it'll have walls. Oh damn, we're already in an hour? Jesus. Good, the Ripperhorn tribe declared war on the Knights of Verigo, so hopefully that will keep them busy. In fact, we might even be able to get a peace treaty with the top knots. Because we should try to just deal with one enemy at a time. Good, get out of this war.
So I can smack you when you resist.
Good, and we get a little bit of money, the amount needed to grab this. Yeah. Is that quick? Yeah.
Mighty am I.
That's going to increase our killing power by so much. It's really good for blobs, but more so, it also gives us lots of power reserves. Very good unit, the Casket of Souls. In my opinion, better than the artillery, because magic's very good. Don't underestimate the power of magic, and being able to cast more spells, there's no downside to that.
He does not impress me.
Like, Doom and Darkness is really good for multiplayer, but in single player, it just very rarely comes of any use. So the only real spell that you'll end up using is probably Purple Sun of Xerius or the Fate of Bijuna, occasionally, with Death Magic. Whereas if we have a look at Light Magic...
Will be done. King of Kings.
Shem's Burning Gauge sucks, right? Fast Protection is okay. You can get added area of effect. It's okay. It's not an overly costly spell. Light of Battle, probably don't really need that. Net of Emmentok, amazing spell. Really more useful for archer-based armies, which the Tomb Kings are not. Banishment is better, in my opinion, than Purple Sun of Xerius. It lasts longer, and I think it costs the same. Birona's Time Warp, also really good. Just overall, but it's a slightly better Law of Magic.
Imperishable. He means nothing.
Let's go with that. For the time being, we're only going to be using Spirit Leech.
Have me wary.
I keep
No
my
deal.
own.
Looking for Chariot Master.
Settra rules. Greatest.
You dare.
you just keep up the regular skellies. Cool. And we're getting some public order buffers. Now, next turn, we'll be able to recruit some archers into this army as well, which will be very good because these guys here, like I said, just no real killing power. They're good for holding the line, but you got to get some killing power in there. Okay, there's the wall, so it's good that we got that. They've already developed it to level 3. Doesn't take the Bretonnians long. Moving on. So once we've got a full stack, or sorry, 2 full stacks, we'll head over to Zandri, and I think that's where we'll end the episode, capturing that. Because by then we'll also be able to have a 3rd full stack, or 3rd stack being recruited in Khemri. So you could then use your 2 full stacks of crap to push against the Bretonnians here, while the other one can just maintain public order. Or you can send it in to come and assist as well, because public order there is not going to maintain. Not on legendary difficulty, not yet. And as we've seen before, Tomb King revolts can be very risky. Sometimes it's just skeleton garbage, but you can have a tier 2 settlement, and then, I don't know, say 3 Hero Titans show up. And if that happens, there's not a lot you can do about it. Like, your archers can take out 1 Hero Titan. Oh, look at that, it's under siege. I'm actually kind of rooting for the Bretonnians to win there, because I don't want the settlement blown up. Good to see they're finally on the move again. Get off our fucking land, you stupid vampires. But yeah, Tomb Kings, they're not hard, you just have to not panic at the start. Don't think that you have to go and attack. Just sit tight, no one can do anything to you. I just have the worst luck with the Tomb Princes. It's pretty expensive to get to here. I'm not a fan of the Nehekara warriors. I actually think they're complete garbage. They're okay on single player. Sorry, not single player. Multiplayer. But I don't know. I just think they're completely wasted. They're not. Like, it says damage dealer, and by comparison with regular skeletons, it's not that much extra. I just don't see it. They got less men in the entity. They actually have less health. They're not good at defending. Like, melee defense 30, melee defense 21. They do more damage, but I don't know. They're just not enough to make it worth it. In my opinion, skeletons are tier 0.5 units. Nehekara warriors are tier 0.75 units. And then Tomb Guard are tier 2 units. Essentially, even though they're at tier 3. But yeah, I don't think that Nehekara warriors deserve a tier 2 spot. Maybe tier 1.1. Slightly better than tier 1 units, maybe. Gorgazan got blown up. Now, as the Tomb Kings, you can go and reoccupy these settlements. It is better to use the Petard Necrotech dude. It's cheaper, go straight up to tier 3. But at this stage of the campaign, you just don't have much money. So I wouldn't recommend going occupying these settlements right now. Instead, just let somebody else go and occupy it. I mean, the top knots, you don't have to worry about them for a while. Instead, go after the richer settlements on the coast. Because it's not about the number of settlements, it's the quality of settlements. It's all about the level of the region.
Bow before your king.
Alright. We don't yet have a full stack, but we could get going now and just like recruit on the border.
On your knees. My father demands it.
Just not getting anyone good there. So it'll take him 2 more turns to get up to full strength. We don't need the 2 full stacks. Alright. We shouldn't need it. Alright, we'll stand here.
Make way for Settra.
And here.
Settra watches.
Let him recruit for 1 more turn. You know what? I'll bite the bullet and we'll just get the stupid carrion. Public order here is still good. Why is it so good, actually? Alright, that's fine. So in 4 turns we get another general.
Is it hot?
Okay, I need to send the Necrotect, or just anyone really, to go and scout. Need to know what's here. So who are you at war with?
I'll have you speak now.
So there's nothing at Zandri. So we'll be able to capture that easily enough. Yeah. Looks like this will be solved pretty soon. So if they had a lot of armies sitting there, I'd wait to recruit the extra units, but since they don't, we should be able to just go over there, launch the attack immediately thanks to the siege attacker, and then just move on from there. Cool. It's coming along, public order's fine.
Greatness comes.
That's still no good. Get rid of that. And let's head over here.
Yes, Your Highness.
Shouldn't need to force march.
Who commissions me? This is my commission.
Everything looks good. Moving on. Now, once you've captured Zandri, once we've captured Zandri, probably don't build it up. Focus on Khemri to get to tier 4 first, I'd say. Since it's fairly close to it. Alright, the Skaven are going to go occupy that, which isn't good because they're going to spread their filthy corruption into our territories. But now's not a time to pick a fight with them. Skaven are actually reasonably good at dealing with the Tomb Kings because their ability to ambush armies, which is not good for the Tomb Kings since they work best as a swarm. Skaven actually have higher quality early game armies than the Tomb Kings, generally speaking. We'll be able to tell when somebody's occupied this because that Beastman monument will go away. Okay, they've just put a large army in there. It's okay, we can deal with it. Ooh, canopic jars or money? You're probably gonna need the money. You don't really need canopic jars right now. Other one's good, but... Okay. So they're on force march and it's mostly garbage troops. But it's gonna be a reasonably tough fight if we don't keep our wits about us.
King of greatest dynasty.
But if we win this, they'll probably be willing to peace out. Wish these guys would bugger off.
Immortality and power.
We also need to make sure that we don't take too many casualties, or else this army here might just declare war on us. Although it's full of zombies, still, our army is not exactly the elite. Bounce Pal's not quite as good as... well, it's not even.
Execute them.
I think we'll be fine. Just gotta be patient. At least we've got the Casket of Souls. And still be a few more turns before we can get another one, which would make the siege even easier, but we've got to do what we've got to do. Now, the artillery is not great at dealing with towers. So we should probably try and get to only destroy one. Ideally, it would be good if we could hide somewhere so we don't have to destroy any towers, but I don't think that's going to work. The artillery of theirs will have to try and waste their ammo, otherwise they'll obliterate our forces. Okay, good. Our reinforcements are coming from here. I'd say get rid of this tower here. That should be enough, because we need this guy here to get at least a couple of hundred kills. At least 200. If you can't get 200 kills, we're gonna have a hard time dealing with this. Because our magic's not going to be particularly effective just yet. Just got a lot of work to do to get these armies built up. Well, not me. If we win here, I'm sending it straight back. I feel like my job's done. Okay, seems like we've got the artillery bug, which is okay. Can deal with it. Yeah, we've definitely got the artillery bug. So in case you don't know what the artillery bug is, it happens with some sieges where artillery just cannot target towers very easily. Now you can't fire at the ground with these guys, so if you're thinking why not fire at the ground? For one thing, fire at the ground wastes a lot of ammunition. Yeah, I can't fire it manually either. We just have to find the sweet spot where they can actually attack from. Or we could just ignore it. No, because that thing will eventually whittle us down. This battle might take us a few minutes. Because even if we were to just YOLO straight in, there's a lot of guys we got to kill, and we should try to thin them out as much as possible first. They're not going to do any serious damage. I guess if I just let them damage the priests, because he's just not targeting it. But I could target the guys over here, because the priests aren't going to get into combat, so it doesn't matter if they take a lot of damage. Whereas Settra is probably going to need to get into combat. Now, the artillery bug doesn't work against enemy units. They can see that. Grail Knights. Probably should try to blow them up. These towers are really inaccurate. Alright, Now, the Carrion will do okay against Pezzelvermin, so I don't really want to target them. The most important thing here is that we're hitting something effectively. Oh good, we're actually getting some hits on this as well. 40 kills, we've already used up a little bit of ammo. Like I said, I want them to get hundreds of kills, so it's not a great start so far. Being very inaccurate. Alright, we've got to get into position so that we don't need to... so that we're not getting targeted by this tower here at all. So start moving our guys down over this way. Tidy up as we go. No, not so close. We haven't done any damage to the Grail Knights yet. I don't know about this. I guess another thing to consider is that we could potentially defeat the Grail Knights without even having to fight them if we take full control over the walls. So if we can manage... Okay, good, they're not targeting that anymore. If we can manage to just, like, fight most of their infantry on the walls, we need somebody to be tanking the enemy artillery. Whereabouts is it? It's all the way over here. Their range is... it's like over here somewhere. Now we've only got just enough ammunition to destroy this tower here, if we're going to destroy it, but given the amount of damage it's doing, I don't think we need to. 99 kills. I said I wanted 200 kills, but then again, we got a couple of kills on the Grail Knights to get a little bit of damage. Not really overly happy with how this has gone so far. Let me try getting a little bit closer so it can be just a tad more accurate. Now, I don't want to send the Carrion over there right now, because for one thing, the Bretonnian peasant archers will actually beat it in melee. Well, that's really the only reason. Now, we should try to use some spirit leeches. So let's get him over there. So looking at this, I don't think anyone's going to be in range of it now, so we don't need to keep anyone there. He's not going to get 200 kills. He's still going to do better than most other units that we have in our army, but still. I was hoping he'd do a little bit better than this. Just be careful you don't get too close in range there. And yeah, we're going to have a major problem with the enemy artillery. Unless they can't actually hit us from there. I don't know. 150 kills? Good. They might just be able to get it to 200. Maybe. There's also these guys here as well. We want them to shoot before... I guess we don't need to shoot before. Once we've controlled the walls, maybe then. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult dealing with the Grail Knights, that's for sure. Alright, so we want the Skeleton Warriors getting up on the walls, not the Skeleton Spearmen. We need them to deal with the enemy artillery. Alright, so how much damage should do to him? Decent. It's decent. Not going to be using Shem's Burning Gaze. Okay, he got the 200 kills. Cool. I'm not super happy, but like I said, he's going to get more kills than anyone else. Good hit. I'm really concerned that the artillery is just going to destroy us when we get up on the walls. But they should be pretty obstructed based on the positioning. But if all they have to do is move out of the way, then again, they'll most likely hit their own units, and that's not going to be good for them either. Okay, so 256 kills. If that's the best they can do, then that's the best they can do. Alright, Settra, you're going up on the walls. Yeah, send him up with them. And no, they're not going up. Send a bunch of these guys up here first. Try to avoid this area here. But yeah, fighting the peasant bowmen first into melee, that's probably the way to go. Could waste their ammunition, but I just don't think I need to do that. And if we can eventually get all of our army in here, we won't even need to worry about this tower.
My will be done.
These guys will come in and assist once the ladders are down. And we're getting things started. What we want the archers to do is to shoot over the walls into their melee units, specifically the ones that don't have shields, like the men-at-arms, which will be dangerous to deal with. Gotta start clubbing them walls. It's a good amount of damage done to the paladin so far. We can still take a little bit more damage. Alright, let's get started getting up on the walls. Just wanted to get them to stop shooting.
I am undefeatable.
Alright, now we send in the carrion to damage the peasant bowmen as much as they can. I don't think they're very good at it, but they just do the best they can. Don't bring him up on the wall. Not yet. Alright, start bringing them up as well. I want them shooting over the wall into... Are those foot squires there? Yeah, you gotta shoot those foot squires. Okay, we can almost justify moving this guy out of the way. Maybe let this guy tank a little bit of damage as well.
King of Khemri.
Like I said, try and steer clear away from here. If the artillery starts shooting us, very bad. Shit, started. They are obstructed though. Just gotta try not to send too much up here at once. Alright, now we can move out of the way. So, they're doing okay. Okay at best, really. Maybe popping down Spirit Leech on the Grail Knights might be a good idea, just because of how high value they are. That looks like it did a fair bit of damage.
Settra the imperishable.
Okay, there's their general actually. We should try to kill that dude. If they start bombing this area, that'd be good. Alright, archers. Actually, we should be shooting the Grail Knights. Okay, good. We've actually got control over this tower now. So far, the damage is pretty minimal. Good, that's actually doing a lot of damage. That's very much worth it. Okay, good. Last thing we want to do is fight them in melee. They'll grind us right down. Alright. Grail Knight's gone. Excellent. We can go into melee then, because they're going to come back. It would be good to shoot those foot squires, but they're constantly moving. The archers down here, not worth shooting them because they're pretty much out of ammo. Just wait until something else comes up. Keep bringing more guys, not up on the wall, but just close to it. Because if we bring too much up here, we're just going to blob up, and the artillery is going to smash us. Settra's doing very nicely. Just need to make sure that with your hero units that you've got lots of other friendly units nearby, or else they just get attacked from all sides. It's not good. Alright, this guy could come up. Had a rest. Let's see. Just one volley into them. Good, that unit is more or less gone. Gotta be conservative with our ammunition. Make sure that every single arrow is not being wasted. Okay, it might be a good idea to just wait until it recharges to 30, because every time we cast this, it's going to get slower, our recharge rate. We want to try and preserve as much as possible. I'd rather not risk the Necrotech. Not an amazing fighter. And it could be ages before we get another Sphinx Carver.
I am undefeatable.
Still got guys over here that are not this way yet. Don't send any... It doesn't matter if anyone gets wiped out. You don't care about your skeleton warriors. Easily replaced. Just gotta try and minimize the amount of damage that this one here can do. Yeah, the Grail Knights aren't completely gone. We could shoot these archers, but I think that'd be a waste of ammo. Instead, let's move around over here. Just be careful not to go into the range of this one. And we'll see about trying to get those foot squires, because those would be good targets. There's quite a few of them. And they could rip up quite a lot of our troops. We've got to be very careful against them. Alright, let's send some other reinforcements up the wall. I don't think we've got enough magic left to take this guy out completely, but we can certainly do some damage to him. Apparently they just stand still. Okay, we can shoot those men-at-arms. I should stop them moving. And this is how we get our advantage. We just slowly grind them down, because anytime that one of them breaks, and they'll break all the time, we can do some essentially free damage, whereas our guys will, you know, sort of fight to the death. Sort of. Not the best shot we can do, but take what I can get. Jeez, you're lucky you didn't take any casualties. So we've got this one here. Let's aim for that. Hard to say if they're blocking some of our shots. Alright, that'll do.
Settra worships me. It is well.
I suppose given their position, what are these? Okay, it's only Knights of the Realm. They're not as much of a concern as Grail Knights. Could start putting guys up on the wall here. Might do that. So yeah, we're not going to get much more Winds of Magic now. Let's see. This costs 8. If I cast another one, there's no more casting. So we'll wait until we've got one more. That way we can cast it 3 times. Yeah, I really want to conserve the ammunition for the foot squires, wherever they've gone. There's one here. I know that there was... Oh, there's the other one. I mean, if we've got enough troops, we can certainly just overwhelm them. But still, they'll do a lot of damage to us in melee. We should shoot them. Since they've got no shields, and their armor's not great, it's only at 70. Okay, that's doing some decent damage. Don't know why they're just targeting here. They should try to target the center of the unit. But whatever, it's a high value unit. Just take it down. Problem is, a lot of these shots are actually missing. But I can't tell them to shoot in the middle. I can just tell them to shoot at the unit. Alright, looks like they're coming up on the wall now, but since we've done about 75% of its damage, they're not going to be able to do much to us. So, they did well enough. Still got a few shots left. Victory is in our grasp. Good. Alright, since it said that, let's really push the attack. Alright, like, there's the 24 magic. Let's start doing as much damage to him as we can. But that's it, that's the last of our magic.
Mightiest of kings. Strike.
Two kings. Not Shakur.
I think we can bring him up now as well. So there's another unit of foot squires. Well, whatever. Do some damage to it. Now they're sort of shooting at it much better. Oh wait, no they're not.
We fight.
Carrions have done okay. Oh shit. Well, if they're going to be able to hit us with their artillery, we need to be able to spread out so that we can mitigate the amount of damage done to us. Got one more cast left. If we're lucky, they'll just have the army loss penalty inflicted on them soon, and then that'll just be it. Okay, let's bring these guys here a bit closer. They're not great archers, but they can shoot over the walls. I think. Last bit of magic. There we go. So that's not bad at all, considering we also basically took out a paladin. So with our two wizards, we tanked the towers, and we took out sort of 75% health of a paladin and their general. It's not too bad. Settra with 191 kills, he's done very nicely.
I am reborn. Northern's far. For buff.
I press this to try and speed it up, but it won't speed it up. When we get this, we should definitely pop it down on... I don't think it'll do enough damage, because the Knights of the Realm are here. Like I said, I don't give a shit about these units. They actually did reasonably well, but if they get wiped out, I don't fucking care. Useless cretins.
Settra the imperishable.
So slowly our guys are getting all up on the walls. And once we've cleared out enough of their infantry, we can start moving down here, and that's when the real killing will begin. But the battle could be over before then. Okay, what's this?
Destroy.
Yeah, you stay at the front line here.
Pass them.
Same with Settra.
Sacrifice them.
I don't think we've lost any skeleton warriors yet. The first ones to go were the crappy carrion. Oh, that's gonna bog us down for a while there. Okay, here's what we should do, I think, to speed things up a little bit. I mean, it's already said that victory's in our grasp. Let's start getting down off the wall, come around over here, so that we can attack them faster. Or maybe they'll come off the wall themselves. If we kill their general, that'll make a big difference. Their archers are out of ammo. And also, off the walls, this guy's here going to have a harder time hitting us due to all the obstructions. If we can open the gates, we'll get the chariots in. Yeah, artillery's pummeling us a little bit. Nothing too bad. How many kills have they got so far? It's only 40. It's not a big deal. 40 crappy skeletons. There we go. This is why I didn't want to waste ammunition on the peasant bowmen, because now, like, they didn't get that many kills, and now it's just got what that one did. They're easy to defeat in melee.
Settra the imperishable.
Let's bring Settra down here as well. Same with you.
Destroys.
This is just massively bogged down. Alright, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm gonna pop it. Oh shit, it's not where I wanted to put it. Alright, what I'm gonna do with them is have them run back over here and try to take out these spearmen. It wouldn't let me pop it there for some reason. That was a bad cast. No, they're not gonna let us get away. It's alright, it's not gonna make any real difference. Settra, get down here and help us kill him. Oh man, he just gets so bogged down. Right, just get off the fucking wall. Gotta be very careful that this guy doesn't get wrecked by these foot squires, but he's still got a lot of health. I just need to keep an eye on it, that's all. Alright, so there goes our sharp T. They actually didn't do too badly against an nice little realm though. I did want to take on this, but whatever. It's too late now.
They vex me.
Settra the imperishable.
How the fuck did you end up back there? You know, I gave him the orders, but he just didn't listen. Anyway, this general's likely gonna die soon anyway. Wouldn't be a bad thing actually if Settra went down to half health so they can damage all of these guys in an area of effect. Come on, try and kill him.
Tomb King.
Just not doing any damage to him. Good, there's the army loss penalty. Great, I didn't even need to deal with the artillery. Good. Massively bogged down battle, but what are you gonna do? At least we won. Decisive victory, lots of experience. Pretty minimal casualties considering what we were going up against. Settra did pretty well, apart from not listening to my orders. Damn it, nearly 2 hour long episode. Fuck. There's no need for a second. Because now, it's sort of like a slightly delayed normal campaign. So it's just not a disaster anymore. Not a war with the... what are they called? The top knots. These guys have been smashed. They're no real threat. You'll have a third army soon. And Settra's getting stronger.
Settra is victorious.
It's tempting to sack it, but I think I'll just occupy it. That way it'll be at tier 2. Be more valuable to us that way.
Darkness
Now,
comes.
let's see if those guys are willing for peace.
Lord of... Whether chivalrous or not,
Since it's far
I will
away, you
strike
should worry
down, scum,
about taking
if your
Baron
words
Thegan
displease
next.
me.
But wait until you've actually got some recovery done first. Typical French. Please, I surrender. I lose one battle. I surrender.
As you say.
There we go. Alright, well I guess you can cover it from here. That's the end of this one, guys, so like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, fuckers.